Yo, hello everybody. How are you guys? Stuff. I want to say a couple things. First off, stuff, and secondly, more stuff. It's been a minute since we've taken a trade. It's currently 12 in the afternoon. It's way beyond time for us to take a trade, so I'm not going to. Instead, this video is primarily me going over what we did the past couple of months. A lot of what I've learned. Um, I'm gonna be absolutely honest. This is gonna be one very, very, very potentially short video slash learning video. So it could be a little bit longer than anticipated, but hey, it works. I kind of want to start where we left off the other day, over here. My last trade I took. This was my final trade of September. This was it this trade right here? Did we stop out right here? I think we got stopped out right here. It'll tell us right here. Yep. So this was my final trade. This was my final exit, right? And then for September, let's go ahead and just bring this bad boy out. Because we got to go all the way back to the start. This is August. Actually, what am I doing? Not September. It's September right now. It's the start. It's September 3rd. This is the last trade of August. My mistake. We got to go all the way back to the start of August. August 4th. We have minus 0.20 plus 0.36 plus 0.19. I know I figured this out earlier. I'm doing this again on purpose. Negative 0.35 plus 0.94 plus 0.21. Seven, six, minus 0.45. 0.76 minus 0.2 0.65 4.50 3 5 minus 0.50 plus 0.10 plus 0.48 plus 0.55 plus 0.63 minus 0.60 plus 0.68 plus 11.69 minus 0.60 minus 5.95. Okay. Our last trade was August 27th, 125 for that. If we equal this all up, we ended August, if we were to consider the balance of September to zero, we ended August by doubling our account size. It's only $20, but still. Whew. Sorry, I know, like, I just woke up. I've been missing my alarms because I've been feeling very, very terrible in the stomach region for like the past little while now. Big hurt. Big hurt. It don't feel good. I've been trying to take care of myself a little better to better have that mindset of actually coming in and taking a trade. So we ended last month doubling the account size. Fire. Absolutely fire. Let's take a look at what exactly happened. So August, we start out with 2236. You can see that right here. This was our final balance for July 31st, 2025. We enter our first trade on August 4th because of news from previous days. And that's typically what you'll see from me is we'll see a bunch of news surrounding a week and I won't post. And then for the days that have news, or for the days that have news but is not one of the forbidden folders, I'll post a video, I'll trade, and so on and so forth. But we started with this amount here. We entered trade. We exited here. This was my first trade of August. No biggie. This was the next big trade. This was where I first learned. I'm about to correct myself potentially. This is not where I first learned. Okay. So that's August 5th, 4th. There we go. So back in July, I learned how to scale out, which saved me a huge amount of stress and allowed me to actually gain that profit I was intended to make right back off a correct idea. August, we attempted to do the same thing, and here we are with triple down. I don't think I can go back and see that, can I? At least not on the 5 minute. Let me go to the hour, see if I can. I can, potentially. Hang on. So here's July, August 1st. This would be our first trade here in August 1st. Boom. Not that. We could, so I think I remember actually doing this video. We took a trade at the bottom of this, thinking, okay, yep, it'll go higher because we got a fair value out and everything, and it'll just all the way. Stop loss was, I believe, below this. We exited here because it was getting pretty late. I say pretty late. I think I got a little worrisome because there kept just being reversals. We kept consolidating throughout this node here, and I didn't bother checking the higher time frame, and I panic sold. I sold it. We made a little bit of money off of this right here. We could have made a little bit more. We didn't. Big oof. I'll make sure this really is in range. It is. Okay, good. I'm gonna keep this about this distance so you can actually see where I entered and then where I exited. I entered here. It charges us a fee for entry. Where did I enter in the position of? I think it was a long. We entered in a long position because I was selling high. And sure enough, we sold. It wasn't for much, but we did sell. We got roughly, because we started with 2236, we ended that with 2284, so that would have been about 40 something cents. 40 something cents, somewhere in there. Wasn't a bad trade. It was an okay trade. Next trade. We did this here. We sold high. We bought low. We thought it would continue lower, and sure enough, it did. It hit pretty much every one of these take profits that we had lined up throughout this. And we saw it reverse here, or beginning to reverse, so we exited out. Sure enough, it did. We would have came up with this and then continued lower. We could have waited. I'm glad we didn't, though, because later on in the month of August, I will have learned something very, very important about market close, my broker, and exactly what happens when it closes while a trade position is still open. How to fix it, how to resolve it, how to go about that. Because I don't want to do that again. I really don't want to hold on to a trade position longer than the trade hours are foretold. This is a 24-hour clock, but it's zero. Its start of the day is based in a completely different region. Like the UTC-4 you see on your screen, that's my region. I'm able to actually work off of that clock. But the broker and the pair clock are completely different. So I have to be mindful of that and manage it accordingly. Next trade we see here, I pretty much just demonstrated that. We had sell high, bought low, bought a lot low, bought a reversal sign, got out of market because it didn't feel like messing with this and potentially seeing it reverse completely. My stop loss was set up here because we had broke structure here, giving us an order block here. I'm pretty sure this was a risky move because the structure makes no sense, right? We broke structure here, would have been up there, cool. We had been in the downtrend for a minute. We haven't broke above a high. This would have been the recent high. Didn't break above it at all. Here's a high, didn't break above it. That's a high, didn't break above it. And everything within this said, yep, price is going to go lower. So we went ahead and risked it here. This was 8. We would have been in pre-market. That was the risk. I think we took this trade before market open. Yeah, that would have made most sense because that red arrow is just above it. Oh, it actually tells us. Okay. Yeah. We've been going full tilt too. So roughly about this time, I would have only had about 0.35, 0.36 lots ish. And you can see over here, we actually have 0.6, a little bit more than 0.6 actually. Let's see how high this is. So I have roughly 0.66 lots currently. I usually like investing in round numbers, so when I go 6065, that's my comfort zone, right? Um, Using the logic of full tilt for the most amount gained, and then having the stop loss there to actually stop the trade. Really, really, it's not a valid strategy, but it's not a terrible one. My goal is to size up the account by a lot, and to do so consistently enough to where at the end where I'm comfortable sitting at a size, I can then learn how to consolidate my account size, and from there make the money I need to make and just deposit where I need to. Here's the next trade. As you can see, we actually, so yeah, we hit each one of our take profits here, right? And as a result, you can see take profit 1, it was relatively early into the trade, and then we see the huge dip down, 2, 3, 4, how many is that? 5, 6, all the way up to here. We took sizable chunks all the way up, and then the last 2 we took, the bottom of this, we had half the position still left, and I wanted to take the rest, or at least half that position out. So we took the 0.05 lots. And then on this, we took the remaining 0.1 lot that we had. And that was after we screwed up. I think within this somewhere, we took a little bit too much. 0.2, was it the first one? No, maybe the fourth one. Huh. Oh, maybe I miscounted. That's probably what happened. I probably miscounted here. I probably had floating profit within this. 0.1. So yeah, I had floating profit, I guess, within this right here. And by the time I got to the 0.5 and took it out completely, I had that 0.1 remaining and said, you know what, let's let it float, see if I can get any more from it. We didn't. I saw a reversal and left. That's why you see this here. Though this reminds me, it's me taking out half of what was remaining and then the rest of what was remaining, and it being roughly the same ish. Anyway, that was that trade. Same story on this one. We entered in on a short position here. Let's go ahead and boom. There's our fee. We took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 take profits from this. Realistically speaking, we really could have held on for more. I didn't feel like watching this consolidate, so again, I took out. off, 0.04, and then the remaining 15 off of this. And I'm noticing my pattern of struggling to determine where to exit. I really, really am. I know this. I do. This was a trade I made a mistake on because you can see the clear bump up from 0.30 to $2.92. We exited here on track, 0.05. That wasn't a bad one. It was right here, the 0.15 lots. That was the mistake. I remember making that mistake too. I even said it on camera. I did not mean to make that mistake, and sure enough, that's going to cost me. It did. I'm pretty sure we would have been able to size up a little bit more had I have had I noticed the mistake before it occurred. I could have saved this amount from being taken out and had it like add on to this, and it would have probably been 5 times larger than what it was right here. Oops. That was me learning how to scale out effectively enough on this app to really get out of the trade. But yeah, scaled out. Sure enough, we took out the remaining here. I'm not entirely sure. I think it was because my mindset was terrible. I'm pretty sure it was because we came down, took out a couple take profits, and that's what these 3 are for, right? And then we see this candle form, and we think, okay, there's a potential for it to reverse. There's a potential for it to just consolidate. I don't want to see it do that. We've already made a mistake of thinking, oh yeah, this is clearly where we need to take out a whole bunch, or this is where we need to take out another bunch, and much larger, and we made it oopsie. The mindset was broken from that exit point onward, and so my risk overdrive came in and said, no, we're good with the amount we've made. I'm out. See ya. I just woke up. Pardon me for the stutter. Between being hungry and having just woke up, I'm all the way toast at the moment. Pardon me. Next trade wouldn't have happened for a little bit because we had news all throughout this. I could not take a trade, so didn't bother. Next trade we took, I believe we lost because I entered low, bought in a long position. Everything up to this point said, yep, we're going higher. And we went lower. Pretty sure I also came back that same video saying, hey, look, here's our high. Look what just happened. It went higher. Created an all-time high. This was an all-time high as well. I remember looking at a video for this and going, there's an all-time high here. Clearly that means we need to go long. Right? And I'm pretty sure on this same day, when I went to look at the video for how to manage all-time highs, the risk around them, and to really boil down the facts so I know my trade is correct when I go to take it, the video even had a loss that day because they're so unpredictable. There is no previous high. It's just open field up here. So when you do take a trade like this and it's an all-time high to begin with, half the amount you'd usually take into consideration when going for a trade, because there is a very high potential that price could come down and manipulate these lows because they are literally the closest thing, and that whatever you take from here, sure, you could take the short leg up, but by the time this right here forms, I'm asleep all this. I cannot trade within this. This is my sleepy time. Comment section. I can't trade here. I can trade here. I try to wake up around this time. I try to wake up around that time. I sometimes have bad days and wake up around this time. That's me. This is my wakey time. This is my sleepy time. Okay? We entered here thinking, yes, it would continue higher because the leg was still forming. It was still going higher. And by the time we entered trade, we see our 10 o'clock candle form, and we go look at news. I'm pretty sure news actually had a hand in this, because we saw folders pop up. This was, I think, one of the first couple of trades we saw where a folder popped up that wasn't initially supposed to pop up. It wasn't there. It wasn't listed. And then it literally popped out like a minute before it was announced, right? And because of that, we didn't really see it until it was too late. We entered long and thought it would continue higher. It created a pretty decent high here, thinking it would continue higher. I held on to it because my idea was at this point correct still. And this candle formed so fast it stopped us out like that. Almost immediately. It sucked. It didn't feel very good. I thought, okay, let's go ahead and take a profit right here because clearly the trade idea was mid. It was okay. We could just continue going, but it didn't work out. And so my thought process was, okay, let's go ahead and just exit out of trade completely before it stops out because we spotted the folder. We exited with the 76-cent profit margin, right? I don't know why my nose is so stuffed right now. And then from that, price just took a tank. It barreled through, it consolidated a little bit, went even further down, manipulated some of these lows, went even higher, went above this high. Okay, no biggie. And then we get to our next trade. This one sucked. We should not have taken a trade here. I remember this one. This one actually sucks to look at just a little bit. Because as you can see, we took a trade and almost immediately got stopped out. My take profit. My stop loss was stupid. My stop loss hurt just a smidge. Okay. We took it into a long. Oh wait, was this the entry? I think. This will tell me. This was August 18th. 18th, right here. Boom. We bought in. Stop loss. We got stopped out. So that was a stop out completely right there. We bought in for a long. It did go higher, but it wasn't as high as we wanted it to. It came down, went below our stop loss here, stopped us out. Continued higher anyway, which, okay, we were disciplined enough to say, okay, we're not taking a trade again today. We left market thinking, okay, it's consolidating. We'll just keep consolidating. Sure enough, it did that. And then we get to tomorrow. Tomorrow is a little bit different because we waited, right? We saw it and we got stopped out immediately after. The first trade, we went in for a short. Took our first take profit. Got stopped out. You can see that by this line up here. It went beyond this high here. My stop loss was placed here. We got stopped out big time. We knew price was going to go lower, so I said, okay, I think price is going to go lower. Let's take another trade. Bad idea, bad trade discipline, bad risk management, just bad all the way around. We de-risked. Did we de-risk? We de-risked. Not at all. That was very bad day for me. Big oof. Okay, big oof. We entered again, roughly in the same area. We took the trade. We took a take profit. And I think we left. Did we not? Or did we hit stop loss again? We entered here. No. It would have been within this. This is the 18th right here. This is the 19th. 19th. We sold. Okay. Yeah, okay. So 19th, sold buy. Cool. Maybe there are multiple take profits from this. Did I get it wrong? I thought I did not get it wrong. What the heck? This is me opening the thing. Okay, cool. We got stopped out. it closed the position. You entered on a short. And price went higher. Got stopped out. That makes sense. Cool. Buy, buy, buy. Huh? 19th here. Sold again in a short position. Buy, buy, buy. Buy, buy, buy. So, canceled. I don't know what happened here. Because it made sense. I opened this trade twice. I remember entering it twice. We got stopped out one time. I don't remember taking 4 take profits within this. I remember selling it like once and then getting stopped out immediately after. Re-entering the trade like up here-ish. And then watching it fall again. And us taking that profit right here. This makes sense. This right here doesn't, because I don't remember canceling the status. I don't remember canceling that. And then all of this right here is a completely new trade. This is the new trade. Came up within this. Here's our stop loss. This was canceled, and then maybe because I was moving the take profit around, that would make the most sense. I put my final take profit here, final stop loss here, and then we got, because this was open. This is the new one. So this would have been the last. Yeah, that would have been the last one. Okay. I don't think we hit our final take profit, but at the same time, I also don't think we hit stop loss the second time. I think I went in, took a trade. We hit a couple take profits and said, okay, that's good enough. Let's go ahead and get on market. And I'm sure about that because it's something I would do. I'm pretty sure at that point we left market and just called it a day. And I even mentioned in that video, I remember saying, don't do this. Because that's bad risk management, that's bad trading psychology. That's just bad all of the way around. Very, very bad. Next trade, we opened up on a long position. Boom. This is the 26th. Yep. We start here. Cool. We entered, sold here, sold here, sold here, sold here. This was a very good day for us. It just took a rip all the way up. We had highs to work off of. It really was a good day. This was actually a good day. We closed way up here. We closed a lot that day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 take profits. Boom. We ended that pretty dang well. We held on to that for a while too. This was the longest I had held on to an open position for a while. For like ever. Because I thought, okay, clearly we're going to hit all of our take profits. We did. We hit all of our take profits. The discipline of learning when to not go for more is something I need to work on. To generalize me holding on to an open position and me hoping that something will go higher even when the chart says it won't. That's what I need to work on. I'm aware of it. Working on it in progress. Next trade, we open up a position in a short right there. I know it's very hard to see because of all the lovely red and orange, red and green lines. There we go, not orange lines. I don't see a single orange line within this. I think this was our last trade. Was it? Yes, it was. So this was the longest trade we held on to, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, no. Was it replaced? It was this trade. Okay. It's just not showing it, except maybe on the 5 minute. Let me go there. Because I sat here for a minute just waiting for market to do its thing. There's that one there. So, difficulty. We took a trade in a short position. Pardon that brief interruption. Had to take care of myself again. That really hurt though. Best guess on this part, and I remember having a problem where I opened the position here, right? Which does not make sense because this says I'm going for a short, which that makes sense here, right? 27, right here. Close. 26, 27. Okay, so that is a thing. This makes no sense. See this one here. Maybe on my phone I could best explain it because for the majority of the 27th, I sat for a minute just waiting for that to take off. And it did for the most part, but I sat and waited for like hours. I remember pausing that video and coming back later around like 5 p.m. ish. And for whatever reason, the market decided to close when it was supposed to be 24 hours. I had a swap that came off. Maybe the balance will actually explain that. Yeah. The balance will. Okay. Does a little bit better. Does a little better. Easier read. So here's the 26th, and this is the 27th. Okay, so it actually went into this. So this is the remainder of the 26th trade, right? We entered here on, I believe this would be a long. Really wish you'd be able to like click a button here and it highlight the one where you entered or exited on, because it would make a little bit more easier. It'd make an easier time to read this. It really would. Just highlight it, blow it up, put us on a different time frame, completely just right. This actually does a little bit better of a job explaining it though. I opened the position literally right here. We kept taking profits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. Market closed, as you can see here, it wound up being 23.1148 that I hit that, and we waited another roughly 40 something minutes for it to continue going up in price. Little did I know, market closed, and as a result, we got charged a swap fee. That swap fee then allowed us to keep the position open for the next day. Next day comes around, we see this and go, okay, I have never been charged a swap fee before, and because it's a new day and we're now technically an Asian session, I don't want to hold on to this position anymore. So I use my logic, my senses. After taking another take profit here, I get home roughly around this time, and within like the previous 10 minutes of this right here, I say, okay, let's go ahead and close this position because I don't feel safe holding on to it. And we close it. We leave the position completely. We get out of it. We're done, toast, gone, pow. I think it's this right here, actually. Because that's 16, 18. Yeah. And that would make the most sense because this goes into the 27th right here. So that right there would be my final two take profits. You can see it consolidating. Cool. This right here is legitimately the very next trade. This is what I set up for. That's what all this green, red, the pink, this, and this are for, right? We set up for it. We take a trade. We think it's going to continue lower. Clearly, because we got stopped out way the flip up there. We think it's going to go lower because we've had highs, cool, and I remember saying it'll come up, hit these highs, and then go lower. I remember saying that. I don't know if you guys can, you should be able to use your eyes, but we come up, and we go all the way down, smashing through all of this. I think I even remember seeing this one day. It actually came down as far as this, came up, stopped us out like roughly up there, roughly up here-ish, right? It came up, hit all of this, crashed down, hit all of this, and then if we zoom forward just a little bit, you can see it goes far below almost all of our take profits. Almost. For that one trade. And this is over the span of past 4 days. September 3rd to 1, 31, 29, 28, 20. No, that's 28, 27, right in there. Boom, 27. So, past week or so, price has been tanking. Kind of called it. I was too soon. Screwed up. I could have actually taken a trade within these last 2 days because the news was okay. It was high impact, but it was okay. Okay. We ended August doubling the account size, which is a serious deal when you're considering I've been going full tilt. I've been using the majority of my account size to take a trade, right? Very, 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 very tasty. Very tasty indeed. This was a successful month in trading, and I'm happy about it. I'm very, very happy about it. Now, about the month ahead. This month, September. Though I missed this week entirely. I can't trade Thursday. Let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. This was today's news. It wasn't bad. It really, really wasn't. We can't trade Thursday because of non-farm. We can't trade Friday because of non-farm. 2 of those days are completely out. I'm not even going to touch them. Plain and simple. Right now, as we are talking, as I am talking, or as I'm recording, my balance, my progress for this month is a big old goose egg. You can see it right there on the calculator, just highlighted and written. Big old goose egg. What does that mean? That means I'm starting from 0 again. I'm using the default de facto account size from August as the starting point for September. I'm either able to make more money in the span of September, which means I'm positive from that 0 up, right? Or I am in the negative. If I am sitting at 0 or in the negative, I'm considering it a fail. I need to be in the positive for September's month of trading. Okay? That's the goal, that's the purpose, that's the reason why I'm doing this. Okay? If by the end of September I am in the positive, I encourage you all to check out my Orbs Vault channel. That link is not in the description. The Twitch is, though. Go to the Twitch, go to the YouTube from the Twitch, you'll find Orbs Vault. That's my VOD channel. That's where I post all the 8-hour-long videos that no one really wants to see because they're all live content. They're all streamed content. No one really wants to rewatch restreamed content. That's where they all are. I intend to announce a big, major update change on Twitch and YouTube across those channels, respectively. If you're interested in watching those streams, check them out. If you're interested in knowing what the big update is, check them out. I am going to be forcing this change though. It's been a minute coming. It's been This was the plan 7 months ago. It is the plan now. And with any luck, the result of me doing this to the degree that I am now and being successful at it is going to bring me back to recording videos, editing videos, posting videos, doing my job a lot sooner. The goal is to have this pay off in such a way it pays for my costs in YouTube. I can actually say I'm comfortable with recording, editing, posting, all this without any more financial struggle. So, that's where we are for the month of August. That's where we are for the month of September as of recording. With any luck, yeah, I'll be successful. Thank you guys for watching. This was just an update video on where I am, what I'm doing. Why haven't I traded the past week? Now you know. I've been sick. I've been trying to take care of myself, trying to get the mental right back. Right? I do intend on trading next week. I don't know why I closed out of that. Go here. Can't trade Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's Monday. Monday I intend on trading. Tuesday I intend on trading. Wednesday I cannot because of PPI. That's a no-no folder. Thursday I cannot. CPI. Triple no-no folder. Friday I can, but this is going to be one of those we need to look for a trade and expect there not to be one. Okay? That's currently what I'm looking at. That's currently what I'm working with, right? Next week, we should see a maximum of 2 trades, assuming everything goes well and according to plan. I can't wait to really get into this again. I really, really can't. Yeah. I'm going to go edit a video now and get good at a few other things while I'm at it. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new on the comeback, and if you're interested in watching any of my other content, all the links to my channels can be found down below. And in the event you find yourself lost or confused within those links, be sure to check out the description of each of the channels as they will direct you to the links themselves. Thanks for watching. To next week, we go.